Hi, welcome to Inspiring People. My name is Mary Otto, and with me today for part 2 of an interview is Janell Giordat. Welcome to the show, Janell.
Thanks for having me here.
In the first segment of my interview with Janell, we talked a bit about her family, and we also talked about the fact that Janell has cancer, and she is sharing some of her experiences, some of her thoughts and feelings about that, and also providing with everyone who's watching this and many people in the community and surrounding communities with inspiration about how to live your life and how to love the work you do. So we're going to pick up a little bit by talking about an event that happened at the high school. And Janell is very involved at the high school. She's a counselor there. Mm-hmm. And so it's pretty hard to get something huge organized in the high school without Janell knowing. Yeah. So let's wind back a little bit to that day. Okay, so started out as an ordinary day for you, right?
Sure. Well, the day before, I have chemotherapy every week, and it was on a Friday, and I couldn't quite understand. Well, I understand now, but my colleagues and Rhonda Wood, who's the secretary in our office, kept asking, okay, now are you coming back to work after chemo? Because it only takes about an hour, and I have it at 7:30 in the morning. And I always tell her, well, if I feel okay, yeah, I'll be back. Well, I haven't missed work, so now I understand why she was disappointed, because they were trying to plan this. Anyway, during homecoming week, they had planned Breast Cancer Awareness Day, Wear Pink. And I thought that is so cool, because I had gone through treatment a couple years prior to this, since I had started working in Detroit Lakes. So the kids kind of knew, but didn't know that it was back again. Well, when they found that out, Allie Nielsen and Heather Neumeister got this idea, I found out after the fact, of having T-shirts made called Team Janell. They were pink. And then the saying that I just absolutely love, if God brings you to it, He'll bring you through it. And I truly believe that. So they had all these T-shirts printed up, and they had been selling them, unbeknownst to me that this was going on, and they were planning a big surprise. Uh-huh. So that Thursday, Doreen Richter and Sarah Pender took me to Perkins for coffee.
Yes,
the other counselors there. We went out for coffee, and I'm thinking, you guys, we really should be back at the school because it's after 8 o'clock. We have things we need to get done. Oh, no, it's okay. And I'm going, what is going on? Then I started kind of thinking, okay, we don't normally do this during the school day. So we finally got back to the school about 8:15 or 20 after 8. And they said, oh, we need to go in the gym because we had been judging kids' costumes all week. And because there were so many kids, they said, that wore pink, they were in the gym, so we needed to go in there and judge. So I'm thinking, okay, we're walking through the commons, and I'm thinking, you guys, there's no kids out here. Why isn't there any kids wandering around? Mm-hmm. Because a lot of them tend to, don't necessarily get to their class quite on time. So I thought, okay, this is a little weird. We walked through the gym doors, eruption of applause and pictures, and what is going on? Well, and then I walked in further and saw all these kids in these pink shirts with my name on it, and I was crying, and then I thought, oh, we're going to wave like a little homecoming queen or whatever.
Yes,
and then I walked up to the podium and saw my own children sitting in the front row, and I instantly started crying, and they had handed me a check for $5,000. They had raised all this money by selling these T-shirts just in support of me and my fight with cancer, because they know how things go and how expensive treatment is. And I know there's a lot more people that are probably a lot worse off than I am, but I was just so at a loss for words, and that's not that's unusual for me.
Well, I was just going to say, I think that goes to back to the reason. One of the reasons that you're on this program is that you are an inspiration to many people, Janell, the kids, at school, all of us who work there with you, and to the communities at large. So really appreciate the fact that you're willing to come on and talk about this and alert others to, some of the things you talked about in the original when you found out that you have cancer. But you are truly an inspiration, and I'm so glad that you came on the show.
I'm so glad you asked me to come. It's been a wonderful experience.
Well, thank you.
If cancer can be, I guess.
Yes, well. Very inspirational. Thank you.
Thanks.
I'd like to end the show today by reading something that Janell's daughter wrote, and it's called My Mom, My Hero. The dark city lights of Gotham, where criminals serve justice through Batman, soaring around the metropolis, Superman is saving lives, dealing with everyday ups and downs that take its toll on one's body and mind. My mom. Heroes come in many different shapes and forms, like an intricate and defined statue, each molded by life experiences, both joyful and tragic ones. She snaps a picture that captures 100 emotions all in one, each time finding something different to look at. As she wraps her small, soft hands around the clunky camera, she snaps photo number 100 for the night, a record low compared to almost 700 she took the other night. She stands on the bleacher, juggling the video camera and her camera and trying to cheer as if she were in a circus. But despite all of this, she still manages to catch every moment. From full-out action shots to the calm and serene nature scenes, she catches it all. Every tackle and basket, every last drop of cool, crisp rain. The smell of freshly cut grass and rain is what she likes. After digging in the garden, she comes in covered head to toe with dirt and carrying buckets and pails of freshly picked fruits, vegetables, and flowers. The pails and buckets are so heavy and great in quantity that her small and fragile frame seems to get lost in the jungle of produce. But it's all worth it in her eyes, because when someone enjoys something so much, nothing matters. Just like her garden, kids are an important part of her life. Ever since she was a young girl, with her 80s-style blonde hair, she always wanted to be a teacher. Now, years later, she's a high school counselor. Listening and taking care of kids is one thing she loves to do, along with giving them comfort and advice. She always jokes that her job allows her to screw up someone else's kids and not her own. She roams the halls, and you can hear the click-clack of her heels as they hit the floor. She works all day long, but still finds the energy to come home and cook a mouth-watering meal every night. It seems like every time I walk into our house, it smells like Thanksgiving, savory, sweet, and everything in between. My family and I know something is always cooking, whether it's food or a practical joke. We definitely always have good times, but unfortunately, those times come some difficult ones as well. With her deep blue eyes, the color of an ocean on a warm summer's day, she looks at me. I can tell by the look on her face something isn't quite right. I'll never forget it. It was like time just stood still, the hands on the clock ticking. Tick-tock, tick-tock. She tells me in the calmest voice, almost as calm as the weather gets before a storm, to go get my brothers while she dials my dad's number with her small, now shaky hands. After we get inside, the storm comes thundering down. My mom has cancer. Our eyes fill with tears and stream down our faces. What is left is a streak where the tears were, and it never seems to have left quite yet. If God brings you to it, He'll bring you through it. My mom says this saying all the time, and I too believe that is true. I firmly feel that my mom has helped me mold me into the person I am today, and she makes me see that the good things in life do not have to be a complicated puzzle, but they can and are the simple things in life. A smile, a hug, a simple hello to a stranger. Family. She has taught me that these simple things can turn someone's life around, and with tears come laughter, and with laughter comes tears. But as long as you have faith and family behind you, everything will work out the way it's intended to. My mom, one of my everyday heroes.